Hello friends, my name is Jacob Van Kooten. I'm the executive chef at Glencroft Center for Modern Aging, and today we are going to be making roasted vegetable quesadillas. Alright, so the first step that we're going to do with our roasted vegetables is we're going to have to prep all of the vegetables. We're going to toss them in some olive oil. We're going to bake them off at 360 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. So the first vegetable that we're going to prep is going to be the green zucchini. With the green zucchini, all we're going to do is we're going to lop off the root ends, and we're going to slice this guy in half. It's a very large vegetable, but it roasts better as a whole vegetable, or I guess a half, better than cutting it up into smaller pieces. When you cook it at that temperature for that long into smaller pieces, it just disintegrates. It's a water-based vegetable and it just falls apart. We don't want that in our quesadilla. Next, we're going to take our red and green peppers and we're going to take off the tops and the bottoms. What that's going to do is going to expose the core. We're still going to use these nice tops and bottoms, but we'll get back to those. So we're going to cut right down, and what you're going to do is you're going to lay that pepper flat, take your knife flat so your hand is nowhere near the blade, and you're going to take out that core just by slicing down the sides. So now you have that core that we don't also want inside that quesadilla. So now you're going to take the top and the bottom, and you're going to just take out the core, and we're going to keep those nice pieces. We're going to repeat the same process for the green. Take off the top, take off the bottom, slice down it for safety. Now you want a nice sharp knife, especially for something like a pepper. It has a pretty tough skin. Just like so. We have the bottom and we have the top. We're going to place all these in a stainless steel bowl so we have some room on our cutting board. The last piece to our roasted veg is our onion. Red onion, we're going to take off the core, take off the top and the bottom, and it really makes it so it can sit on the cutting board nice and easy. It's more stable for you to cut, it's safer. We're going to take off that first layer of skin for the onion. And we're just going to julienne that. We're just going to do nice long strips because when this cooks down, all of the sugars from the onion are going to caramelize out. It's going to bring out all the flavors with this olive oil. We're going to use a nice heat on that. Just like so. So now that we have our onion cut, we're going to take some olive oil, extra virgin, and we're going to toss some of that pepper first. We're going to roast these separately because they're three different vegetables and they don't roast at the same times. You kind of have to watch them. You want to make sure it's nice and coated. This oil is what's going to give it that nice roasted flavor at that high temp. It's going to really put a lot of really nice color on it, but it's also going to allow it to break down the peppers. So you're then going to take a cookie sheet and you're going to put the cookie sheet, put the vegetables right on the cookie sheet. Now, if you see your veg begin to curl, make it in more pliable pieces. This one's laying flat, so we don't necessarily need to, but we'll make it for later. So we're going to take these and we're going to put those in the oven at 360 for 20 to 25 minutes. We're then going to take our zucchini and we're going to repeat that same process. Extra virgin olive oil, just drizzle that right over the zucchini, and you're just going to make sure that you get nice even coating all over that. That oil is really going to help it give it that color and that texture that we're looking for this roasted quesadilla. We're going to place that on the sheet tray, and that is also going to join those peppers. So the final component is the red onions. And we do those last for a couple of reasons. There's a lot of that residual oil, so we don't need to add a whole lot more oil. We're kind of saving. Get them nice and coated. And you can do these one of two ways. You can do the onions in a nice pan on a really high heat for the same amount of time, or you can do them like we do here in the restaurant. We have a nice big flat top and we just set them and almost forget them, and hopefully they don't burn. So we have those nice and coated, and those will go cook now. So after that 20 to 25 minutes at roasting, you're gonna wanna cool these down because you're gonna have enough vegetables that's gonna be able to make you more than just the one single quesadilla. So I've already done that. We have those coming out right now. So the next part of it is we're gonna take some of those nice green red peppers. So see the nice coating, nice oil. It really blistered the skin, but it made it that it's gonna be sharp to the tooth, but it's not gonna be soft. So from there, we're gonna julienne some nice strips to add right to that quesadilla. You can mix and match, it doesn't matter. You can add red, you can add the green, because they're all going to get mixed in the same time, because you want a nice even amount of each. Okay, so our zucchini, as you see, has some nice color. It's roasted. It is a little bit flimsy, but it's not mushy. We want it to be sharp to the tooth. So lay that flat so you have that nice skin, and just make some real nice horizontal cuts. So we get nice long pieces, good presentation of that skin mixed in to all that. So we're gonna mix these in. We have those caramelized onions. And we're gonna take that and we're gonna put them all in a stainless steel bowl and mix them together so we get all those vibrant colors together. All right, so the next step of our grilled vegetable quesadilla is we're gonna take this nice whole wheat. I like whole wheat because it has a lot better vitamins and mineral distribution. We're gonna take this Monterey Jack cheese and we're just gonna cover that bottom half, just like so. Now I have a hot plate, so I am able to kind of get the whole quesadilla on one side. I'm using a nice Teflon coated spatula. I'm gonna get that butter cooking, get that grill nice and hot. And the butter is basically gonna add some flavor. It's also gonna add a lot of color to our actual quesadilla. So now that we have the butter going, we're gonna take our filling and we're gonna take about 3 ounces of that filling. And we really wanna make sure, same thing, you're getting some of that zucchini, you're getting those peppers, you're getting that onions, because every single bite, if you shared it with your wife, your husband, your family, everybody gets a little taste of something. So after that, you're gonna take a little bit more cheese, about 2.5 ounces, and you're just gonna put that right on top, because that's gonna be the glue for the other side. We put the cheese on the first side, now we're putting it on top on the other side. So now we're gonna take that, and we're just gonna fold it right in half. Just kind of press it down, and that's gonna all melt together beautifully. So we take that quesadilla, and we put that right on that nice warm butter. So you're probably gonna cook this about 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how hot or your pan is, your oven is, your stove is, or a hot plate like I have. I have this turned at about 300 degrees. If you get too much hotter, it's not gonna melt the cheese, it's not gonna warm the very center. I love that ooey gooey cheese pull when we take that out together. So you're gonna give it a nice couple minutes, and then you're gonna take that high temp spatula and you're just gonna kind of come to the front of the end and you're gonna fold it over. So now both sides are gonna get a lot of that nice butter. And we're making sure that we're not overcooking it as the cheese is melting. All right, so now our quesadilla is nice golden brown. We're gonna take that high temp spatula, pull it onto our cutting board. Gonna take our plate. Now, depending how many friends and family you have over is how many you're gonna cut it into. I'm gonna cut mine into 4. And we really want them to see all of that layering. We'll do this one this way so you can just really see inside there. I've also prepared a fresh pico. Just had cilantro, some lime juice, garlic, onion, and some of those vine-ripe tomatoes. We're gonna do a little fresh sour cream, just a little dollop, just like that. Again, my name is Jacob Van Kooten. I am the executive chef for Glencroft Center for Modern Aging, and this is roasted grilled vegetable quesadilla.